Things are officially getting weird. From the 17th floor office, I can clearly see pillars of smoke rising up from within the city. Here in Aoyama, we got a front row seat to Shibuya's incredible restoration over the last 10 years. On the right side stands a forest of Shinjuku buildings. There are several pillars of smoke rising from that area as well. It's entirely possible that people are rioting at the bottom of these buildings now that the laws mean nothing. Oof, it's complete savagery. And it's terrifying. I can't believe that a major megalopolis? That word. Megalopolis like Tokyo can turn into this after just 24 hours of power outage. Luckily, Exoskeleton HQ is equipped with its own generator, so it was able to recover fairly quickly. That said, smaller electrical devices are still useless. The prototype test hugs have all been destroyed because they weren't equipped with anti-solar disturbance tech. Most hugs on the market have them, so there hasn't been any major trouble just yet. The office is quiet. Most of my colleagues in the hug testing department had left in the morning, wanting to get home even if it meant walking. I tried to talk them out of it, but they didn't listen. Fools. Are they that desperate to go home? Is this something I would understand if I was married with children? Regardless, I probably wouldn't go outside for any reason. Oh, no. It's too dangerous right now. Like, I don't know if the red eyes are an intentional function. Like, do they just have red eyes? Or is that, like, something that whoever hacked them, like, made them do? But they would have had to already have that physically built into them. No, I don't trust anyone who's any robot seller, anyone who's making and selling robots. If they program that robot to have red eyes at any point, I'm out. I'm not buying. I, of all people, understand this. Silently, Sawada, the department head, appears next to me. He keeps his eyes pointed down at the scene playing out below us. He's also taking shelter here. There's many fires, it looks like. I count at least 5.
渋谷には等身大ロボットが多数配置されていたな。だが目立った被害はない。街全体をシステムダウンさせて自閉症モードに入ったのかもしれん。21世紀都市の名は伊達ではないな。プロジェクトマルス。それでもここまでは予定通りだ。だがこれはまだ予行演習に過ぎない。本番は今ではないよ。
Just above Shibuya are a series of black spots, almost like stains on the sky. I assume those were helicopters. 3 or 4 of them, actually. They're mainstream media helicopters flying about, desperately trying to relay Tokyo's current situation to the public. They look like flies circling a rotting carcass. I close my eyes to avoid looking at such a horrid sight. The broad, cobalt blue sky of my home island comes to mind. Ugh.
So, あと一歩なのに、なんだよそのチート技は。デタラメすぎでしょ。こっちがガチでやってんのになんで向こうだけチートなんだよ。だったらこっちもチート使わせろ。
Yeah, that's the whole... Yeah, obviously. I lose concentration as I vent at my phone droid. I grind my teeth. And then I check Twipo. Okay. Alright. Delete. Awful. Reasonable. Creepy. Moving on. My fingertips are shaking a little. I don't know how long it's been since I started challenging Taka-Sob. Taka SOB. That's what I'm going to say from now on. I've been playing him non-stop, but because of the windows in the room are all closed up, my sense of time is busted. I check the clock and see that it's 2 o'clock a.m. Whew, wasn't expecting that. Guess I'm skipping school tomorrow.
12時間近くぶっ通してやって一度も勝てずかよ。
This has never happened before, and quite frankly, it's embarrassing. Exactly how many consecutive losses am I at now? I've never experienced anything like this. I want to just let myself explode. I mobilized every bit of FG skill and knowledge I have in order to break his guard, but I just can't win. Taka SOB has no openings. He doesn't make any kind of input errors, and mind games won't work on him. Yeah, he's a computer. No matter how much I back him into a corner, he never panics and makes a mistake. If I try to keep my distance, he chips away at me with constant long-range fire. Get too close and he has godlike reaction speeds. My only real option is to trade hits with him. So I always get super close to winning, one step away. But that one step feels impossibly far. Feels like I'm getting the upper hand, but I just can't seal the deal. The thing I hate about Taka SOB is that he'll start using a really cheap ult move once his HP gets low. A move that doesn't exist in KB. The move only takes a single frame. It's a high-speed snipe attack that lacks any startup motion. Whoa. Plus, the move has a 1-frame recovery time too, which means he can fire one shot every 2 frames. Nowhere to run. Firing once every 2 frames is strictly theoretical. It should be impossible for a human to make inputs at that speed. My opponent is a cheating CPU. It has no physical limitations. Hell, it even has perfect aim. Once activated, there's nowhere to run. Continuously guarding just makes me open to chip damage and eventually death. No matter how much life I take away from him, he always finishes the round like this. What should I do? I have no other cards to deal. I hold my head and click my tongue. What can I do? What are my options? Think. Come up with something. No matter how much I struggle to find an answer, my mind draws blanks. Me, of all people, can't figure out a way to put him down.
私も何度か挑戦してみたけど。
Frau is staring at her computer screen as she speaks to me. Frau has decided to find the person who framed her.
あんなどうやっても勝てないでしょ、上皇。ただこっちもチート使おうとするとバグるらしい。
It's all bugly.
バグる?
Another one of her specialized terms, I take it. As usual, I choose to ignore her. Regardless, it sounds like cheats aren't gonna work. I have to fight fair. But is there any chance of winning against an opponent I can't score a single victory over in the course of 12 hours? I'm gonna have to take drastic measures to take this SOB down. Taka SOB. Drastic measures. There is one way, yeah. Question is, how is he gonna trigger it, like, on command? A way I personally don't want to rely on. But if I use it, it'll be like I'm cheating even though I'm technically not. And I'll be able to react to Taka SOB's ult. I really don't want to use it. It's something awful that I wish I could be free of almost every single day of my life. But I also feel just as strongly about putting down this shitty CPU.
コナちゃん、東京の状況って何か変化あった?
完全復旧はまだだお。
I mean, I guess he could like go for a jog, bring his phone droid, just physically exert himself until it happens.
発言するようになってきたし。おかげで RI 社のサーバー乗っ取りがこれまで以上に大きな話題になりつつあるわな。早くしないとここに警察来るかも。
Frau's identity and location are both common knowledge. It'd make sense for the cops to show up.
そもそも犯人はロボットを暴走させて何をしたいんだろう。しかもコナちゃんを犯人にまで仕立て上げて。
そう。
Or could someone be warning us not to get involved any further with the Kimijima reports?
君島レポートのことは れてこれ以上探してはいけないわ。
It's entirely possible. Everything written in the Kimijima reports is coming true. I need to assume that everything he wrote is legit. Project Mars. If this is what's occurring in Tokyo right now, then Project Adam might also be underway in parallel.
やれることはやるべきだよな。
As someone who has collected all the reports up until now,
やれることってなんぞ。
高祖父を倒す方法はあるってことさ。
方法って。
スローモーを使う。
as horrible as my attacks are, they can also be weaponized. It was that very same attack that saved our butts during Robo 1. As painful as they are, and as much as I'd prefer to avoid them, relying on them is my only option right now.
でもあれ任意で使えないって。
ああ、任意じゃ使えないよ。でも今回に関しては高祖父が24時間いつでも何度でもチャレンジ OK だからね。やりようはある。
That's fair.
要はひたすら自分を追い込めばいいんだ。
Yeah. God. Oh, we're fine. It's fine. Because of these attacks of mine, I have to avoid vigorous exercise of any kind. In other words, strenuous physical activity and exhaustion often result in me getting an attack.
とりあえずちょっと外走ってくるよ。
Yeah, called it. From here on out, no sleeping until the bomb goes off. No eating or drinking either. This way, I can corner myself into an intentional attack.
なんで。
It sucks so bad. Frau looks at me dumbfounded.
なんでそこまでしてくれるん。発作起きると苦しいって言ってたのに。もしかして私のため。
勝ちたいからだよ。
You know, if it was anyone else, I would call him out and be like, no, he's definitely doing it, you know, to be a nice person. Doing it for someone else selflessly, but it's him. It really is just because he wants to win. Like, the pain of losing to this CPU is worse than the pain of an attack to him. Since it sounds like she's misunderstanding things, I explain to her as clearly as I can.
別にコナちゃんのためじゃない。
ツンデレ。
知らないよ。コナちゃんはコナちゃん自身で問題解決しちゃってよ。俺はさ、このクソチート CPU に勝ちたいだけさ。
I believe him
世界ランク2位のプライドにかけてね。こいつを倒さないと全一になった時にもスッキリできないでしょ。
なんという格ゲーバカ。そこはお前のために決まってんだろって言うべきだろ、上皇。だがそれがいい。
Frau says with a smile on her face for some reason. What? Frau's arm constricts around my neck. I mean, the point is to stress him out, not to kill him. Don't kill him. I can't breathe. My neck is being crushed. My consciousness fades. I don't think this is. I don't think this is what she's going for. I can only barely hear Frau's voice. My breathing stops. At this rate, I'll really die. I squeeze out the last bit of strength I have in order to tap Frau's arm around my neck. I surrender. Frau immediately loosens the sleeper hold. Yeah, maybe don't do that again. I desperately gasp for air. Clearly, Frau was putting her all into the hold, as she too is out of breath.
女子に首絞められてどう思った？
死ぬかと思った。
Still no attack. I spread my body across the floor in an attempt to catch my breath. My whole body feels heavy. I can tell that the bomb is there inside my chest. But no matter how much I abuse myself, the fuse stays unlit. This is actually my first time trying to force it to happen. Am I going about this the wrong way? I glance at the clock and discover that it's almost noon. I literally just spent the entire night torturing myself. What kind of punishment is this? Just get, I mean, maybe like down like 5 of those passion fruit buns? Like rapid fire them? That's true torture. I went for a 30-minute jog in the middle of the night, the creepy red aurora illuminating the sky. I copied Frau and took an ice-cold bath. Sit-ups, push-ups. I might as well be a samurai at this point. Despite still being out of breath, I raised my body and challenged Taka SOB yet again. I mean, that's the true torture, is having to lose to this thing over and over. I'm getting hungry. And I'm sleepy. My head feels hollow. But I still somehow manage to keep moving my fingers around. My concentration is fading. I'm making more input errors than when I first began playing. I got pretty close to winning earlier, but now I'm just getting my ass kicked. I've beaten myself up pretty badly, but still no attacks. Which means I haven't been able to win.
今何時？
8時。
Jesus.
夜の。
夜の。
Frau's been up with me the whole time, so her expression is as empty as mine. She occasionally shakes her body, probably because she's trying to stop herself from falling asleep. This is depressing. I blame it on this room's gloomy atmosphere. I didn't think that depriving myself of sunlight for this long would make me feel so unhealthy. No wonder the shut-ins of the world can't bring themselves to leave their caverns. The air is dirty too. I'm probably breathing in nothing but dust. Even the PC fan's low-frequency noise is starting to hurt my ears. At least the AC is finally off thanks to my complaints. Frau apparently prefers the cold because her senses are sharper when it's chilly. I had her finally bend when she saw how my hands were so frozen I was making input errors.
っていうかさ、コナちゃん。昨日からずっとその服だよね。
Frau's still wearing her loose-fitting camisole and short shorts.
いつから私が同じ服を着続けていると錯覚していた。
What?
着替えたの？
着替えてない。
Then I'm not hallucinating.
だが先輩には人のことは言えませんぞ。
Yeah, I don't imagine he brought a change of clothes.
俺も着替えてないね。っていうかコナちゃん、髪とか臭そう。
お風呂に入らなくてももう問題ないのだぜ。それが引きこもりの特権、キリ。
水風呂には入るくせにね。
誰馬。
Since I've suffered through multiple cold baths in an attempt to trigger an attack, I'm actually pretty clean.
先輩、死にそうな顔してるわけだが、そんな装備で大丈夫か？
大丈夫じゃないよ。ちっともスローモンが発動しないしね。ここまで手こずるとは。
I figured triggering an attack would be easy as pie. I catch my breath. Either way, now that my concentration is busted, even if I did trigger slow-mo, I'd lose.
先輩。
Frau's watching the news or something on her phone droid as she grabs my arm and shakes me.
何？
東京の停電完全復旧は明日の午前中だって。
Neat.
その辺がタイムリミットか。
I guess I'll take another cold bath and try to get my focus up. The tub is still filled to the brim with water. I don't have the time to consider whether or not Frau is watching. I strip naked and drag myself into the bathroom. The second I hop into the tub, I immediately hop back out.
冷てえ。
And just like that, I'm wide awake. More things. Yeah. After hastily wiping myself down with a towel, I head back into the room.
これはけしからん。
おいおい、堂々とガン見しないように。
She keeps looking at me, even I'm going to get embarrassed. I hurriedly toss my clothes back on, but I'm still crazy cold.
できればもう少しヌードを見ていたかった。鎖骨を重点的に。
It's got a thing for collarbones and fingers, huh?
悔まれる。
変態視点はやめなって。
Does this girl have no shame? Wait a sec. If she has no problem staring at me naked, does that mean she's already been to home base? Then I remember that she was going on about being a virgin just the other day.
コナちゃんってさ、処女だっけ？
What?
いくつ
How is
通り
this relevant?
その通りでございます。
その割には堂々としすぎでしょ。
ボケが男子の裸など薄い本で散々見慣れておるわ。キリ。
I have no idea what a thin book is, but I get the feeling it's something dirty.
っていうか、そっち何か手がかりはつかめたわけ？
Just non sequitur after non sequitur.
あ、そう。
Anyways.
でも絶対に見つけてやる。
そういえばさ、前にとあるハッカーの話本で読んだことがあるんだけど、どんな鉄壁のセキュリティでも破れる極めつきの方法があるんだよね。
その話詳しく。
それは別にすごいハッキングプログラムとかそんなものじゃない。難しい技術も必要ない。ある意味で誰でも実行可能な方法だ。それはね、その鉄壁のセキュリティを作った人間に接近してパスワードを教えてもらうこと。
Basically, you get close to them as a friend, or a lover, or even a business partner. The closer you are to them, the more often you'll be invited into situations where they'll let their guard down.
案外アナログな方法でしょ。結局さ、
I
どれ
guess.
だけすごいセキュリティでもそれを作った人間ってのは必ずいるわけで。その人間自体はミスもする。うっかりだってある。
That's actually a valid point.
そっちを責める方がよっぽど楽なわけ。
その発想はなかったわ。でももしそうだとしたらそんなの。
Frau frowns and sprawls herself out on the sofa. She holds her head and buries her face into a pillow. I hope my little story serves as some kind of hint for her. At the end of the day, finding the culprit is on her. I'll do what I can. Tomorrow morning is our deadline. Come hell or high water, I have to trigger slow-mo by then. With a newfound resolve, I pick up my phone droid. My eyes are hazy. The third day passed. Jesus. I can't see my phone droid screen very well. How long have I been awake by now? I haven't checked the time in a while. Looking at the clock makes me anxious and affects my focus. I have to be ready for slow-mo to trigger at any moment. My body has clearly surpassed its limits. I can definitely feel the bomb deep inside me. But all I can do now is wait. My back feels heavy. Which is because Frau is sitting back to back with me. It's kind of annoying, and I want to shake her off, but I'm also leaning against her, so whatever. I can feel Frau's slow-paced breathing but through her slender back. The rhythm isn't altogether unpleasant. But man, my body itches. I've been taking cold baths every now and then, but I still haven't properly bathed. Plus, my battles with Taka SOB require my complete focus. So I end up covered in sweat, even though the room isn't particularly hot. We're just a couple of sweaty teens sitting for hours upon hours in a dark, dirty, abandoned room. We're totally degenerates. In reality, all we're doing is playing games.
勝てないな。
How many times have I lost? I'm pretty sure the number has at least 3 digits. I mean, yeah, it's been like literally days. I'm becoming numb. I don't even feel defeated after losing. I restart the battle like it's some mindless task.
よくないよな、この感じ。
Not that I wasn't already aware of it. With my body so far gone and the hours I've spent in this dark room, my sense of urgency is fading. All 5 of my senses are fading.
嘘だ。
Frau suddenly yells out loud. I can feel her back trembling through my skin. I snap back to attention. Was I about to fall asleep just now? Super not good. I slap my cheeks as hard as I can to reinvigorate myself. Frau's no longer leaning against me. I turn to see her pacing back and forth across the room.
クソが、なんでこんなことに。
どうかした？
She find something?
なんでなの？意味不思議。そんなのってないよ。平壁しちゃうよ。
Is it, did she find out who it is? Is it someone she knows, maybe? Maybe someone from her group?
絶対。何かの間違い。
She's deliriously talking to herself. This must be a pretty big deal.
コナちゃん。
Frau's body jerks after I yell at her.
どうしたのさ。
先輩。
Tears descend down her cheeks.
私をはめたのが誰か
Boy.
把握した。
犯人が分かったってこと？
分かったけど、でもこんなの嘘だよ。だってこんな。
何者だったわけ？
Frau seems reluctant to say anything. She looks down, avoiding eye contact with me.
信じたくない。もしガチだったら裏切りだろ、上皇。
No. Alright, I have a pretty good idea of who it is.
身内だったってところ？
Frau raises her face. She stares at me as if she's clinging to me with every fiber of her being.
正解？
She quickly nods her head.
サークルの仲間。
Yeah.
ハンドルネームはマグヤン。
サークルってキルバラを開発したサークル？
そう。フラウ工事ロファクトリー。
Including Frau, there are 5 members of the factory. They all got to know each other in an online community about Gun Barrel. All 5 of them are vary in age and gender. Back then, Frau proposed utilizing their skills to make a game. That's how the massive hit KB was born.
マグヤンは私のプログラムのサポートっつうか、5人の中じゃ一番おとなしい人だったのに。
連絡はつかないの？
昨日他のメンバーからは無事だって連絡来たけど、マグヤンだけは来てない。
こっちから連絡してみればいい。
でも
コナちゃんの大事なガンバレルを怪我した犯人かもしれないわけだけど、スルーするつもり？
She flips her hood on, almost as if she's trying to flee from reality.
まだ犯人って決まったわけじゃ。
でも証拠は手に入れた。そうでしょ？
状況証拠だけ。マグヤン以外の仲間から話聞いたりして。さっき先輩が言ってたセキュリティを破るための簡単な方法。それ聞いて私のツイポのアカウントとか知ってるのはサークルの身内じゃないかって。でもまさか本当にそうだったなんて。
連絡しなよ。
だって私コミュ障だし、何話していいか。
Shy? Communication. Yeah. That makes sense.
じゃあ好きにすればいい。でもそのマグヤンって人は犯人かもしれないけど犯人じゃないかもしれないんでしょ。どっちなのか確かめる必要はあると思うけどね。
電話してみる。
Nearly in tears, Frau pulls out her phone droid.
ポゼッタタン、マグヤンに電話して。
電話いたしますね。
The phone droid screen changes over. But no matter how long she stays connected, nobody answers.
やっぱり出ない。
I look at the clock. It's 3 o'clock a.m. Suppose most people wouldn't answer at this hour.
逃げたんじゃね。
She asks like she's trying to get a feel for my mood. Frau sounds like she hopes he's fled. But as if to sneer at her wishful thinking, after about a minute of staying on the line, the call connects. A severely underweight man appears on the screen. Where is he? It looks super dark over there. Is he in a car?
マグヤン。
いやあ、フラウちゃん。
前はちょっと太ってたくらいなのに。まるで別人じゃね。
僕のところに電話してきたっていうことは気づいたんだね。そうだよ。僕が RI 社のサーバーに鍵をかけた。そして君の仕業に見せかけるためにツイポのアカウントを乗っ取った。
We should be recording this, for the record. Hey now, I didn't think he'd just admit to it so easily. I didn't see that coming.
どうして。
チーター3人が死んだ後もオンライン上にいたのもあんたの仕業？
君は？
俺のことはどうでもいいでしょ。
そうだ。あのチーター3人は僕が作ったボットだ。
あんたのせいで俺はずっとランキング5位に甘んじてた。
Oh my god. Dude, really?
チート検索ツールがことごとく空振りだったのは？
あのツールを作ったのは。
Well, yeah, their group was the one who was looking into it, so it makes sense that, like, he would be able to hide it from their
細
tool.
工なんて簡単にできる。
Yeah. Well, that clears that up. And here I was doing battle with those assholes for real. I'm one hell of a dummy. I don't like this. Frau gently grabs my hand without warning. Surprised, I glance at Frau only to find her eyes affixed to the screen. Even I'm not so cruel as to shake off her hand at a time like this. Frau, after taking a short breath, mumbles out her words.
殺したの。あのチーター3人の中の人。マグヤンが殺したの。
殺してない。
今さらそこだけ嘘ついたって意味ないんじゃない？
本当なんだ。誓って僕じゃない。
だったら誰なん？
きっと僕を脅してた奴らだ。僕はそいつらに妻と子供を人質に取られて、殺されたくなかったら言われた通りにしろって。
単独犯じゃない？
Jeez, this gets deeper and deeper.
その脅してた連中って何者？
わからない。一度も会ったことはないんだ。でも妻と子供はもう半年以上帰ってきてない。僕だってわけがわからなかったんだよ。でもやらないと家族がって思ったら。
An unpleasant thought crosses my mind. A conspiracy. In his quest to reveal a conspiracy to the world, Kokimijima fled to Tanegashima. All the while fleeing from the Tavistock Institute, but eventually someone finally murdered him. Frau's mom, Minami Kugori, tried to stop an anime from being used as propaganda tool and was forced to flee. She's been missing for 4 years. The Gun Barrel anime staff who tried to save Minami Kugori were ruthlessly murdered.
旅ストック研究所か300人委員会っていう名前を聞いたことは
言えない。
What's that supposed to mean?
奴らのことを話せば家族の命がないんだ。
Maguyan's face goes pale. I guess that's a good enough answer. He's basically saying yes.
僕はただ言われた通りにしただけだ。脅されて手伝わされたんだ。
Maguyan mumbles as if to confront. Maguyan mumbles as if to comfort himself.
RI 社の OS を乗っ取ってロボットを暴走させてるのもチーターたちを殺したのも僕じゃない。信じてくれ。
Frau hangs her head as her lips quiver.
あんたの事情は今はどうでもいいんだけどさ鍵をあんたの方で開けてくれたりはしないよねどうせ
無理だ。それをすれば家族が殺される。
いいよそっちは俺が何とかするんで
Though I'm not actually sure whether I'll be able to pull it off or not.
あんたを脅してた連中の目的ってなんだろうねロボットを暴走させて何がしたいんだろう
最終的には東京の官庁舎を狙うらしい。停電から復旧する前にそこを攻撃してさらに首都機能の麻痺状態を継続させるって。
あんたを脅してる連中がそう言ってた
言ってたわけじゃないけど官庁舎を狙うように指示されたんだ。霞ヶ関や永田町に集まりつつあるよ。停電の完全復旧が明日の午前中らしいからそれまでには攻撃が始まるはず。
そういうことはバラしても平気なわけ
もう止められない。混乱してる今の東京じゃ警察も対処できないはず。
Things are more dire than I thought. But it all doesn't seem quite real to me through the monitor's screen.
じゃあやっぱり高そぶ狩りのタイムリミットは停電復旧前までか
あの鍵は破れない。僕の作った3体のボットで今のリーダーボード上位連中のデータを半年も取り続けたんだ。どんなパターンにも対応できる。
So, those bots were just stepping stones for TAK-SOB?
それでも勝ってみせるよこんなところでつまずいてたら全一には一生なれないんでね
無駄な努力だよ。
マグヤンなんで私たちなんだろうマグヤンを脅してた人たちが私たちに目をつけたのってなんでかなって私たち何かした
私たちじゃない。あいつらが目をつけたのはフラウちゃん一人だ。手紙にそう書いてあったんだ。僕の家族を殺すつもりはないって。ただ小郡みなみの娘には犠牲になってもらう
って。まさかそいつらがママのことをねえもっと詳しく教えて。
それ以上のことはわからない。わからないんだ。
嘘何か知ってんだろママのこと教えろよこのカスが出なきゃ死ねしたかんで死ねすまないじゃねえですしママはどこにいるんだよねえどこに
コナちゃん落ち着いて
As soon as I grab her shoulders and call out to her, she settles down. Her shoulders are trembling. Frau wipes her tears and squeezes out the last few words she can muster.
マグヤン、最後に一つ聞かせて。マグヤンって結婚してたっけ？
は？
I tilt my head along with Magion. What in the world does this have to do with anything?
半年前にオフで話した時は、マグヤン、童貞だって。二次元にしか興味ないって言ってたような。いつ結婚したん？子供はいつ生まれたん？オンの付き合いばっかだったから、私が知らなかっただけ。
Magion is acting strangely. His eyes are unstable. His forehead is covered in sweat. Finally, he frowns and holds his head.
僕はでもあれ
Wha-
妻はいるよ。子供だって。ほら、
What?
僕の子は元気な女の子で、いや違う、男の子。
Oh.
名前は
Oh dear.
春に生まれたからって、それにちなんで春香って。違う。春香は魔法少女閣下様のヒロインで、そもそも僕の子供は男の子。あれ？
What?
変だな。そうか、疲れてるんだ。そりゃそうだ、疲れもするよ。
Has he totally lost it?
とにかくそういうわけなんだ。ごめんね、フラウちゃん。僕の役目は終わった。朝になったら飛行機でフィリピンに飛ぶんだ。そこで妻と子供と再会できるって言われた。
I think this guy's dead.
成田は停電で閉鎖しちゃってるから、関空までの移動で今日までかかっちゃったけど、本当にすまない。許してくれとは言わないよ。それじゃ。
And just like that, the call is over. What was that just now? There was something extremely unsettling and scary about all that. The word brainwashed comes to mind. The Tavistock Institute's specialty. What if he was being brainwashed to think he had a wife and kid that never really existed? I can't even imagine what it must feel like to be Magion right now. I'm covered in cold sweat just from thinking about it.
デュー。
Frau laughs like she always does.
ありのまま
She's
今
not
起こったこと
smiling
を
though.
話すぜ。マグヤンは仲間だと思っていたら敵だった。何を言っているかわからねえと思うが、私にも何をされたのかわからなかった。犯人わかったのに何の救いにもならないっつうか。
Frau's hand, still holding onto my fingers, tightens.
まんまと裏切られるなんて。こんなことなら誰も信じなければよかった。引きこもりは引きこもりらしく、ずっと一人でいればよかった。ママだってどうせもう予感はだいぶ前からしてたっつうか、この島が最後の望みみたいな感じだったわけだが、結局あの警告メッセージでとどめ刺されたみたいなところはあるし、引っ越してきた意味あんまりなかった。ぼっちオツ。
そうやって自分を卑下してるだけなら楽だろうね。
先輩。
でもちょっと残念だな。 東京での仲間に裏切られたらそれで孤独だと思っちゃうなんてね。
Frau's hand is still wrapped around my fingers. I hold on tightly to her hand.
アキちゃんに言わせればコナちゃんはロボ部の一員であってもうすでに仲間なんだよね。だからさ、勝手に自分を一人ぼっちだと思わないでくれないかな。そう思いたいならまずロボ部をやめてもらわないと。どうせアキちゃんに言ったら全力で反対するだろうけど。
ロボ部。
それとなんかすっかり諦めムードに浸っちゃってるところ悪いけど、俺はまだ高祖部との勝負を諦めたわけじゃないんで、勝手に終わられたら困るよ。
でももう私の素性とか頑張れるのスタッフが死んだこととか全部さらされちゃってるし、今さらあのチート CPU に勝ったって一度拡散した私の疑いは晴れるわけじゃないし。
だから何？最初に言ったよね俺。別にコナちゃんのために勝負してるんじゃないって。俺はこのクソチート CPU に勝ちたいからやってるんだよ。
And with that, I let go of her hand. Break time's over. We've got another 7 to 8 hours left before time's up. I'm gonna settle this before then. If I can defeat him, victory is mine. But if I can't, they win. I sure sounded cool, but I've yet to trigger an attack. And our time's running out. My body has just about hit its limit. I might pass out before I'm able to trigger an attack at this rate, which would render me totally useless. After all the bodily harm I've done to myself, that'd really suck. But here's the thing, at this point, an attack could realistically happen at any time now. Frau is squatting in the corner of the room with her head held low, down. She's not sleeping, and I can hear her sniffling every now and then. I get it. She's still dealing with the shock of being betrayed by someone she trusted. I should leave her alone for now. I lost again. I strike the screen with my finger. I'd rather toss my phone droid to the floor, but that'd crack the screen, so I resist the urge. I wish I had that much self-control. When I was younger, I'm better now. I'm so close. What do I need to do to corner myself?
なんで？
Huh?
Frau breaks her silence after a few hours. She feeling a little better?
なんで私は引きこもりになったと思う？
Well, that came out of nowhere.
さあ、人付き合いが苦手だから。それとも母親が失踪したから。
Come to think of it, I don't even know how long she's been a shut-in. What was her life like in Tokyo?
残念。世界はキルバラ作るため。ママがいなくなって頑張れるがあんな終わり方して、それでオワコンになってくのが怖かった。頑張れるがみんなから忘れられたらママも忘れられた存在になっちゃうって。だから頑張れるを題材にゲーム作ろうって思って。なんでゲームなのかっつうと、単に私がプログラムが得意だったからって理由なわけだが、でも適当に作ったらきっと頑張れるのアニメほどは流行らないし、かといって時間かけて作ってたらその間にオワコンになっちゃうから、学校行ってる暇も惜しかったわけで、気づいたら引きこもりをしていた。催眠術とか超スピードとかそんなチャチなもんじゃ断じてね。まあもともとコミュ障気味のぼっちだったからスムーズに引きこもれたのだぜ。
Is that supposed to be a good thing?
先輩はキルバラ 好き？
まあね、よくできたゲームだよ。俺は頑張れるそのものには興味なかったりするんだ。キルバラは純粋にゲームとして楽しんでる。
The main reason I made it my main game is because I have someone I want to be.
トンクス。
あ？
トン。
なんだって？
オツ。
聞こえないよ。
ありがとう。褒めてくれて。
Oh. He says, with a flustered look on her face.
好きって言ってくれて嬉しい。
どういたしまして。
ちなみに攻めと受けなら
And there
どっ
goes.
ちが好き？
キルバラの戦法のことなら攻めだね。
ほほう、攻めですか。でもヤシオ先輩はむしろ受け、異論は認める。メガネとなら攻守交代を受けな感じだから夢が広がりんぐ。
He's grinning all of a sudden. I'm not gonna think too hard about what's going through that head of hers.
少しは元気取り戻したみたいだね。
Frau then wipes the grin off her face and gets serious. It's back and forth between like the heart-wrenching emotion and, oh, by the way, lol.
勝てる？
あと一歩が詰められない。あと少し自分の体をいじめられれば発作も起きそうな気がするんだよね。
いじめるだと。
Don't choke him out again, please.
くくり。
That didn't work. What in the world is she thinking?
SM グッズ貸します。
そんなの持ってるの？だとしたら俺本気でコナちゃんと縁を切るよ。
さすがに本物は持ってないよ。
偽物ならあるのかよ。
それに近いものなら。
Frau stands up with a grin on her face and, oh god, I'm scared. Starts shuffling through some boxes stacked in the corner of the room.
確かこの辺に入れといた気が。あ、来たー！
Wonderful. What kind of curvy toy does she have in store for me?
ユウ、これ使っちゃいなよ。
And with that, she whips out some electric shock therapy equipment. Oh dear. It's like one of those electric massage kits you attach to your body and try and relax it.
これのどこが SM グッズ？
いじめるために使うならこれで十分なのだ
I mean,
ぜ。
depending on how it goes, you know.
レベル最大で使えば激痛でヤシオ先輩大悶絶。薄暗い部屋に響く苦痛の声はやがて喜びの声へと変わり。
変わらないって。
Oh dear. But this might just work. They've been rerunning old variety shows on TV lately. And on one of them, I saw a comedian getting punished with one of these things.
ますます罰ゲームっぽくなってきたな。
I suppose since she went through all the trouble of digging this out, I should at least give it a try. Though I might start making input errors after this because of the pain.
ではつけて信ぜよう。主に鎖骨あたりに。
Why does she look so happy? She looks more pleased than she did when I said I liked KB.
どうせなら強烈なやつでいこう。
2 pads to my thighs, 2 on my butt, 1 on each of my upper arms, and 1 for each of my temples. No collarbone. This is not the direction I thought this was going. This is certainly not what I expected.
じゃあタイミングを指示するからその時にスイッチオンでよろしく。レベルは
Hey, it's Georgie. How's it going? I don't know what you tuned into. I don't know what I tuned into. I did not expect this when I woke up today. I restart my fight with Taka SOB. As always, I carefully batter down their life bar, knowing full well I'm going to be trading hits. Once their life bar turns red, I can sense them getting ready to use their ult.
スイッチオン
God. And then my mind goes flying.
先輩先輩起きてこの
Gee. My cheeks sting, and my body feels heavy. It's like I'm paralyzed or something. I think I might be pushing my luck. I slowly come to, and open my eyes.
Ah. 起きたよかったよかったお
何してんの
I'm getting whiplash from how, like, it's so serious. This is ridiculous. Oh, but there's something so. I'm getting emotional whiplash right now.
先輩を起こそうとしてましたが何か
なんで馬乗りになる必要があるんだよ
だって全身をビクンって痙攣させて倒れたから死んだかと思うだろう常識的に考えて
Of course. None of that explains why you're straddling me.
気絶したのかやっぱりさこめかみにつけたのが間違いだったかな
だけどでもガチでよかったお
Frau lazily begins to lean her body atop mine.
先輩が死んでたら私も後を追って自殺してたレベル
Maybe don't do that. Frau rests her soft body atop of mine. I haven't been this close to a girl since I was a little kid. I always just assumed Frau's body temp was super low, but I was wrong. Her warmth seeps into my skin. It's a reminder that she's alive like I am. Damn it, here I am imagining Frau naked.
性欲を持て余す
いやどうやらそんな気力もないらしい
Favorite character so far? Probably Juna. I relate to her so much. Every time she says things, I'm just like, I get it. I get it. Plus, she's adorable. My exhaustion has reached its limit. I'd say my current priorities are hunger over libido, sleep over sex. That's a big mood. I'm so sleepy. I wish I'd just fallen asleep after passing out.
っていうかさコナちゃんどいてくれない
だが断る
Why?
お願い少しだけこのままで話聞いてほしい
コナちゃん臭いんだけど
Which is a funny route in the sequel. I'm looking forward to the sequel for sure, for various reasons. One of which is in the title. That's the big one.
先輩もな
What does she want from me?
頑張れるは私にとって大事なとっても大事な作品なんだをママが残してくれたママの思いが詰まった大事な作品自分で作ったキルバラを叩かれるのは痛くも痒くもないし自分のこと叩かれるのも嫌だけど
Sequel is divisive.
別に平気
I hope I like it. Well,
でも
no spoilers, obviously.
頑張れ レルが
Definitely don't want to know. But yeah, I certainly hope I like. I'm loving this so far.
なのに最終話が流出して、この前ママのメッセージが出てきて、アグヤンにはめられて私がテロ犯になっちゃって、そのせいでママまで犯人扱いされて怪我されちゃう。頑張れるとママがどんどん怪我されていく。先輩、頑張れるわ。もう一度輝けるかな。ここまでボロボロにされて、ひどいレッテル貼られて、きっとたくさんの人がファンやめちゃったはず。ここからもう一度頑張れるを輝かせることできるのかな。
さあね。少なくとも俺たちがどう頑張ったって全盛期の輝きを取り戻すのは無理でしょう。でも俺たちができる範囲で一からコツコツとやっていけばいいんじゃない？そうだな。例えば手始めにロボ部の2号機を万博に出展させるとかさ。
ロボ部？
あれだってガンバレルのモデルになってるわけだしね。そんなわけで前から頼んでたけどコナちゃんも参加してよ。そこから始めればいい。お母さんは正しかったっていつか分かってもらえる日が来るまでね。ちなみに今の俺はコナちゃんのお母さんが正しかったって信じてるんで。
Considering the myriad of parallels with the Kimijima reports, I can't just write it off as a conspiracy theory anymore.
さっきこの島に引っ越してきた意味あんまりなかったと言ったな。あれは嘘だ。だってヤシオ先輩に会えたからこの島に来てよかった。
別に俺はコナちゃんのために何もしてないけどね。
放置プレイも我々の業界ではご褒美です。
What industry is she talking about?
というわけで鎖骨を見せろ。
嫌だよ。コナちゃんは我が道を突き進みすぎだよ。
Take a deep breath, then lightly push Frau away and sit up.
休憩は終わりだ。タイムリミットまでもう時間もない。
Yeah, how long was he out? I didn't really like. I kind of assumed they ran out of time while he was out.
ヤシオ先輩、勝って。
No,
私のためでも、
we're still in it
マ
to
マの
win
ため
it.
でもなくていい。あんなクソチート CPU に負けないで。
ああ。
That was always the plan. We decided to keep using the shock therapy equipment because it went so well. Except now we're making sure not to attach any pads to my temples. At maximum output, my thighs, butt, and arms alone are enough to cause my body to convulse. This has a negative effect on my ability to play, so we drop the output down a little. All that's left now is for Frau to intermittently shock me while I play. Genuinely insane. I hope it works out. Thanks to the intensity of the sensation, I've stopped feeling the burning pain around my thighs. Yeah, the OST is amazing. I can't breathe. It really is. No matter how desperately I try to breathe, my body won't move like I want it to.
先輩、すごく弱ってる。 以上はい
や、やめなくていい。合図したらスイッチを押すんだ。
だってなんか死にそうな顔してるし。
もうすぐタイムリミットでしょ。休んでる暇はないよ。
It's entirely possible that the RI robots are gathered outside the government building right now. I haven't been watching the news, so I don't know for sure, but I do know we're out of time. Which is why...
暇だ。
Excruciating pain ensues. I clench my teeth to hold onto my consciousness. Focus. Don't let the pain get the best of you. Another loss. How many times is this? And my slow-mo is nowhere to be found. But even then...
もうやめるべきじゃね。先輩は十分やったし。
十分。一生もできてないのに十分もクソもないでしょ。それに感じるんだ。
感じる。ついにド M の血が覚醒を。
じゃなくて。
Dumbhead.
爆弾の導火線にさ、ようやく火がついたみたいだ。
And that fuse belongs to the bomb-like something deep inside my chest. Once it explodes, I'll get an attack. After years and years of struggling with my condition, I have a pretty good idea of when the fuse is lit. It tells me when an attack is on the way. Consider it a sort of homemade detection system I came up with.
次だ。
I swallow my breath. My throat is dry as hell, but I opt not to drink any water.
次で起きる。
わかるん？
なんとなくね。
I've done all sorts of awful things to my body to get here. If I don't have an attack, I'm gonna be pissed. If anything, it's taken way too long. I massage my eyeballs over my eyelids. And while I'm at it, I loosen up my fingers. I'm actually kind of impressed by how messed up I am. But that's enough. It's time for me to strike back.
じゃあ、始めよう。
It's then that a violent knocking sound shoots through the room. Oh my god, the worst timing.
古郡さん古郡さんいるんでしょ
Oh boy.
開けてください警察です
Oh boy.
先輩どうしよう
I guess the authorities have finally arrived to question Frau about the whole OS hack thing. Talk about shitty timing. Couldn't they wait 10 minutes?
ちょっと東京でのことについてお話聞かせて
One
もらえません
moment.
かもしもし
出た方がいい
If we make them wait for too long, things will get worse. I doubt they're gonna break in, but we also don't want to give them the wrong impression.
5分待ってもらえばそれでいい。
I'm sure the bomb will go off before then. Frau heads toward the door.
着替えるから5分だけ待って
While Frau buys me some time, I initiate my final battle with Taka SOB. My strategy now is the same as before, offense. And once Taka SOB's HP bar starts to glow red, they're gonna come at me with their BS ult. If I can manage to trigger slow-mo at that exact time, they're finished. The round begins. I manage to read and dodge their long-range sniper attacks, closing the distance between us. The real match begins once I'm in melee range. No matter how I try to break their guard, they manage to quickly react and respond. So instead, I aim for trades using more moves with large hitboxes. The only reason this suicidal strat works is because Snyder's a ranged fighter. Plus, I have faith. No matter how superhuman Taka SOB's reaction speed is, Snyder's close-range capabilities are limited. Gunbarrel, on the other hand, is designed around up-close and personal combat. Trading hits requires hyper-accurate timing, but I've gotten that down to after playing hundreds of rounds. It's been a while since I was able to focus like this. The police and their little visit help to raise the tension. My heart starts beating faster as the battle continues. I'm all fired up. My sense of exhaustion turns to pleasure. Wait, hold on. It's too soon. This is the wrong timing. Please, just wait a little longer. Staying focused on the game, I clench my teeth in an attempt to keep my attack at bay. And then... oh boy. Sound disappears. Time slows. My body, once warm and riled up from all the excitement, is suddenly dropping in temperature. It's like the acid in my stomach is boiling, coming up and melting my esophagus. My blood is frozen. I have to endure this everlasting 3 seconds of hell without taking a single breath. The problem is that it physically feels like 30 seconds for me. My mind is clear as day, so I mentally kick the can. It's too early. We didn't even need the shock equipment for this. I glance down at my phone droid screen. Taka SOB's life gauge hasn't turned red yet. This is bad. Slow-mo only lasts for 3 seconds in real time. Now that it's active, it won't line up with the timing for when they use their ult. God damn it. Slowly and mercilessly, time continues to march forward. But I can't sit here and stew in my regret. As I do my best to withstand the intense pain, I input as many attacks as I can while slow-mo is active. I have to surpass the limits of KB as a game. I need reaction speeds on par or even greater than this cheater of a CPU. My light punch whiffs. I perform a one-frame cancel and connect into a combo. This is the first time that one of my combos successfully connected with Taka SOB. If I only could have KO'd them then and there. But alas, it's not enough. Taka SOB still has life left. One more clean hit would do them in, which means their life gauge is glowing red. Damn it. That's all they have left? The air loses its viscosity. I gasp loudly, seeking to fill my lungs. The pain doesn't immediately leave me. My entire body still feels listless. I can barely move a single finger, and I'm only just managing to stay upright. Actually, I'm about to fall over. I squeeze out my words, but my voice is so quiet that it feels like it might vanish at any moment. Nonetheless, I've managed to communicate my will. Frau immediately embraces me from behind, and just like that, I'm able to maintain my posture. However, the impact of slow-mo coming to an end caused me to look away from the screen for a split second. It was a fatal mistake. My gun barrel and Taka SOB's Snyder. Taka SOB executes a backstep, putting distance between the two machines. He's out of gun barrel's range. This is Snyder's ult range. At this rate, I'm gonna lose. If I let this chance go, there'll be no next time. I can only assume that our hearts are connected. The second I yell, Frau's hands are already on the shock therapy controller. And without any hesitation, she presses the button. Oh, are we double dipping? Can he do that? Can he have a second one? I've never triggered attacks consecutively before. So this is a gamble. I'm pretty done with this whole self-harm thing, to be perfectly honest. So just listen to me for once, you goddamn brain-dead body. Did it work? I'm in. Another 30 seconds of slow motion. That's a total of 1 minute, complete with a break in between. I have no idea what's gonna happen to me. Can my body handle this? Am I gonna choke to death? Faint? Only God knows. But none of that matters right now. My body is finally listening to me. Time to master this awful ailment once and for all. Taka SOB's ult has already been activated. A one-frame sniper attack at point-blank range. Snyder fires a needle-like bullet at me. I evade the first shot with amazing accuracy. At that point, the second shot has already been fired. I can see it. Normally, I wouldn't be able to see the trajectory of the bullet. But now I can, clear as day. I can slip through the bullet if I use a move that gives me 1 frame of invincibility. It'd be their 1 frame versus mine. One mistake and it's all over. I managed to dodge a total of 14 shots before closing the distance between us. My light punch just barely grazes them. Takasobi couldn't guard it. And with that, the match is settled. As long as the light punch connects, I have about 6 different combo routes at my disposal. No matter which I pick, even a single hit will be enough to end them. So what do I go with? Obviously, the most difficult and timing-sensitive combo. Let a man style in his opponent, okay? In this gentle, lonely, and slow passage of time, it takes little effort to input the commands. It's time for a little bit of payback after losing hundreds of times. Oh boy. I was focusing way too hard for that. Like, there was no time limit, so I was good. Didn't even get a chance to enjoy the view win screen. Once I input the combo, ensuring my victory, my consciousness flows back into the present. The lock should be gone now. Frau should be able to handle the rest. So how about I take a little rest? After all that torture, I managed to trigger 2 consecutive attacks. I'm dead tired. I can't go any further. I don't even have the energy left to open my eyes. Accurate. Is it just me, or did something soft touch my lips? Aw. My consciousness seeks into the white void before I can get an answer. I ride along the familiar interstate road on my scooter. Thanks to the nice weather, the wind isn't so chilly anymore. So it's the 28th, so that's like almost a week. It's like 5 or 6 days. Akio was riding in front of me, the hem of her skirt waving in the wind. As always, I wonder how she manages to prevent that thing from flying all over the place. I feel heavy. Even driving my scooter sucks. I haven't recovered yet. It's been almost a week since I stayed at Frau's place for 2 nights, grinding away at KB without sleeping. I haven't been to school since then. I had to skip when I was over at her place, so it's been 8 days since I last showed up. As expected, 2 consecutive slow-mo attacks in a row were a bit too heavy for me to handle. I've never done anything like that before. For 2 days after, I couldn't even stand up on my own. I was a mess. On top of that, because I couldn't play KB online for a few days, my ranking dropped all the way to 4th place. Granted, it didn't take me long to climb back up to 2nd, but still. After everything went down, Frau told me how the incident wrapped up. After I broke through the lock, Frau went in and commanded all the robots to cease all functionality. And just like that, the Reach series was stopped before they could attack the government proper. In nearly the same time, power was restored to all throughout Tokyo. The economic confusion from the incident is still an issue, but at least folks in Tokyo are back to their lives. After I passed out, the policeman who visited called an ambulance and had me taken to the hospital. As for Frau, well, the cops took her in and questioned her as a person of interest. She was swinging by the police station almost daily for a while, but at no point was she arrested. Folks online continue to discuss the terror of the Furugori family. Lots of people declared that they were quitting the gun barrel fandom, and the user number for KB dropped hard. But whatever, they're free to say whatever they want. The real truth resides elsewhere. Frau did really well. But though we avoided the worst case scenario, it's now clear to me that the Kimijima reports aren't a conspiracy theory. They're a clear and present threat. The Committee of 300 and the Tavistock Institute are secretly pushing their plan to eradicate humanity forward. Another large solar disturbance is slated to occur in the year 2020. I have a really bad feeling about this. What am I supposed to do? How do I fix this? Step 1, check Dweepo. Hey! It's that guy! Love it. Grab my bread. I wanted to stay until graduation. This one feels the most appropriate. After parking her scooter, Akio walks over with a grin.
今日放課後にロボクリニックに行かない？見てもらいたいものがあるんだ。
何？
ガンツク2の駆動システムのことでね、ようやく解決策が見えそうなの。
モノポール結局使う。
This is definitely one of my favorite tunes.
こんなところで言っちゃダメだって。
Akio looks around anxiously. After making sure nobody overheard us, she lets out a sigh of relief.
あのね、ドクがすっかり調子に乗っちゃって。いろいろプロトタイプを作ってくれてるんだ。カイにも見てもらいたくて。
俺が見ても意味ないと思うけど。
それでも見てよ。あれはカイが見つけたものなんだもん。はあ、あとはフラウボーがプログラムをやってくれた。
I mean, not only did he find the first one, he's also directly responsible for them falling. I suppose I could swing by the abandoned hotel today. She's probably locked in there like she always is. I passed through the front gate of the school, and just as I'm about to head for the classroom,
ヤシオ先輩来たこれ。
a familiar voice stops me. Judging by the person's bizarre choice of words, and also her
かっこいい
voice,
イケメン男子かと思った。残念、フラウちゃんでした。
Frau dashes over after delivering her incomprehensible greeting.
フラウボー、どうして？いつも学校来ないのに。どうも部長先輩。ちなみに部長先輩に聞きたいんですけど。なんでさも当然のようにヤシオ先輩の隣っていうここ恋人ポジションをキープしているのか。恋？
コナちゃんさ、朝っぱらからテンション高すぎ。で、授業出ることにしたの？
授業というかロボ部の活動に出ることにしました。ヤシオ先輩が言ってくれたからそう決めたんだ。
She then wraps herself around my arm. That face though. Just like her mouth bending in all sorts of directions. She's being a little too touchy-feely for my tastes, but just as I'm about to shake her off, I realize something.
頑張れるをもう一度輝かせるために私にできることをやっていこうって。
Frau's small hands are trembling. She'd been a shut-in for who knows how many years. I can't even imagine how scary it must be for her to suddenly come back to school. And yet, despite her fear, Frau's doing her best to move forward with her head held high. Frau's true life is finally about to begin. Right here on this island where her mom lived, even if it was only for a short period of time. I know it's pretty late to be saying this, but...
コナちゃん、種子島へようこそ。
Oh! Oh! I swear I'm not gonna cry every goddamn ending, but I mean, I say ending, but they're not really. They're sequential. That's something that is really interesting about this game and how it works. Yeah, exactly. Ending. But first, I'm gonna jam to this. Yeah, exactly. I don't think I could ever skip this, you know? I don't know if it would be different if I were playing this on my own, not streaming it, but no, I think I'd still just let it play, you know? Central T Robot Club. Woo! Huzzah! That seems like a perfect place. I'm probably gonna work on start working on the next ending, possibly tomorrow. Still don't know how to end these. I just bye. Thanks for watching. It's Georgie. Really appreciate it. I will be back another time. Bye.